Hey guys, it is freezing outside. This morning when I got in my car to go to work, it was 17 degrees. And now it's still only 20 at 6 p.m. So tonight I am making some soup. Cheddar, broccoli, bacon, potato soup. Let's cook. Okay guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is I have some butter that's already melted. So I'm going to add my onions and I'm going to let those cook for about 5 minutes. And I'm also going to add some garlic. I bought chopped garlic. And I'm going to let that cook for about 5 minutes until our onion has softened up. Okay, so our onions are now soft along with our garlic. Now let me say this. I put this on low because what I don't want my butter to turn brown. It adds flavor, however, it does not make the soup look very attractive. So I'm going to add, that's why I cook it on low. Next, I'm going to add my flour. And I want to cook the flour. And we cook the flour because we're making a roux. And again, we want to cook our roux because we don't want that raw flour taste in our soup. And we don't want to add too much flour either. Because if you add too much flour, the soup will be thick. So now I'm going to start adding the milk and let it cook. And once it gets thick, which is not going to take long to get thick, and that's a decent consistency. I'm going to add a little bit more milk, but don't worry too much about it, and you don't want it to burn either, but don't worry too much about it because we're getting ready to add our water to this because this will stick. Okay. Next, what I'm going to do is add my vegetables. So here is some broccoli. Now this is some cut frozen broccoli. And these are 4 boiled potatoes. Now, I don't like cut frozen broccoli. I'm not in love with it at all. So what I did was I put it in my chopper and pulsed it. Because I'm not into the stalks, and that's what's in cut broccoli. I like the spears and not the stalks. And those are 4 boiled potatoes that I mashed. Now this is the carrots. Now it says julienne the carrots, but what happened was I made some, carrot juice, and this is the pulp from it. And I find that it tastes just as good with the pulp. So next what I'm going to do is add my water. And then I'm going to add 2 Maggi cubes to it. Now Now what might end up happening is I may have to add some more water, but right now, I'm just gonna add about 2 cups. Some recipes say 3, and I might end up adding 3, but right now 2 will do. Let's stir this up. Then we're going to add the Maggi cubes and let it cook down some. Gotta add 1 more cube. And then, and this is on low. The entire time it's on low. Before I add the cheese to it, I'm gonna let it cook, then taste it, because I need to see how much seasoning I need to add to it. So I want to make sure that the Maggi cube dissolves, and then I'll check back with it. Okay guys, so it's been about 20 minutes. Now let me say this. You probably don't even have to cook this 20 minutes if you use frozen vegetables like I did. But I think this may have cooked 20 minutes, but it's not mushy at all. That's my biggest fear with stuff like this. If it gets mushy when you use cooked vegetables. So now I'm going to sprinkle in some seasoning, and everybody knows I love Complete. Complete is just that. This is probably the only seasoning I'm going to add to this. Okay, so what I did was I added a pack of American cheese food. The only time I use this is if I make Mr. Grilled Cheese sandwich, or in macaroni and cheese or soup, because I do not like cheese food on sandwiches. It tastes just like that, but it melts very well and it goes well in soup, macaroni and cheese. So I put a half a pack, and this is I don't even know, let's see, I don't even know how many, it's 16 slices, so I put 8 in here. And so I'm gonna let that melt, and I'm also gonna put in some cheese, shredded cheese that I got from the food bank. So all that's gonna melt in there pretty good. So I'm gonna let that melt down some more. And put that, and the whole time this soup is melting pretty good already. The whole time this soup is on low. Now maybe you can cook it higher than that, but I don't want to take the chance. So I'm gonna cook it on low for another couple of minutes, and then I'm going to add my bacon. And the soup is done. Now I got sidetracked, so I added the bacon to it, and I used the real crumble bacons by Hormel. I didn't fry up any bacon and cut it up and put it in. I just used what I had in the refrigerator. I normally use it for salads, but anyway, guys, I tasted it. It is absolutely delicious.